In search of a financial opportunity to pay off student loans, a young Black American woman moves to South Korea to work. As the author, Bootsy W. recalls culture shock and fun adventures in a country far from home, she's also faced with anti-Black racism and featureism, quickly learning that white supremacy is practiced not only by whites, but by those that are categorized as people of color. Based on her 10 years of living abroad, the book, Ago Igo, compares and contrasts Korea versus the United States on subjects such as code, communal living, racism, effective protests, global alliances, warrior class, music, political correctness, health, aging, money, and the coronavirus. This blunt memoir is uncomfortable, humorous, and educational. Help fight propaganda and mainstream agendas by picking up a copy of Ago Igo on Amazon.com.
So in the last video that we covered, we talked about why it's important for Black media to start taking all the terms that's being used or thrown at us as Black people and breaking it down and letting us know how to counter when these terms are said to us as Black people. Now, the last one we covered was critical race theory. If you didn't see that particular video, it's on our African Diaspora News Insider channel. Make sure you subscribe to that channel and make sure you check out that video. Of course, in the comments, the white supremacists did not like that whatsoever. So that means for me, that was a great commentary. I know I hit the nail on the head with that one. One thing that Martin Luther King had told us is that we got to get the language right. The white supremacists, when they came over, they knew that in order to colonize, I must name everything. I must control conversation. I must get people to say the words and names that I say, and I set the tone. Now, what we have been doing the past 10 years in the Black media is tearing that apart. Now they're repeating the words that we're saying now. Now the cues are being followed off of what we do, and that is good. Because we lean on the side of truth and righteousness, not lies, falsehoods, and half-truths, which white supremacy is built upon. So today we're going to cover the term playing the race card. Now, you hear that term when anytime Black people, mention something that we know clearly is racism, but they say, oh, here you go playing the race card. But where did that come from? What's the origin of that? Now, that term came up actually around 1995, during the time of the O.J. Simpson trial. Now, our brother, may he rest in power, Johnnie Cochran, was a great attorney. We need more Johnnie Cochrans in this world. We need to see another Johnnie Cochran. I hope 100 Johnnie Cochrans rise up, male or female, I don't care. But someone that would fight like that in the courtroom for the people. If you know about Johnnie Cochran, when he stepped in the courtroom, he didn't lose. He was that good of an attorney, okay? I'll take a Johnnie Cochran any day of the week than Benjamin Crump. And listen, when I talk about Benjamin Crump, I don't know the brother personally. The brother hasn't done nothing to me. And I even said this, the criticism of Benjamin Crump, even though people have some criticism, he's an attorney. He's does civil trials and all of that. He's doing what he's really supposed to do. I even said recently that the way white supremacy is going, they're going to make Benjamin Crump a billionaire. They the one doing the crimes to Black people. But everybody, because like I said, my thing is I don't want to place anger at Benjamin Crump when the anger should be at white supremacy. But continuing. So Johnnie Cochran in the O.J. Simpson trial, he exposed the white supremacy, especially with Mark Fuhrman. Mark Fuhrman was a racist to the core. Mark Fuhrman, the glove was planted on the crime scene, making up this old crazy story about OJ, being a super Black person. I don't want to say another word, but they can make some crazy stories about what Black people can do. And at the end of the day, O.J. Simpson was acquitted. But the term playing the race card hasn't went away no time soon. So the term playing the race card is a term that's extremely dismissive of your experience of racism, white supremacy. When they say, oh, here you go, playing the race card. Basically what they're saying is, if your experience, I can care less because I'm in my white supremacy right now and I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. You understand? That's just what they're saying to you. When you telling them, listen, no, I'm calling out your racism. And let me tell you something. I'm not playing with you. I know not to play with you because playing with you can get my life taken away. So I don't play with you. And like, what kind of sick game in hell are you playing? Talking about playing a race card. So that thing, you think everybody's playing. And see, if you look at the history of white supremacy, for them, everything is a joke. Everything is playing around. You know, the Ku Klux Klan got started by so-called playing around. You know, you look at these white supremacists out here, every time they say something racist, it was a joke. I mean, I wouldn't mean it like that. It was just a joke. Everything is a game. Everything is playing around for them. And then we have real world consequences for them playing around. Black people dying, black people get put in jail for them playing around. So no, don't let them say you're playing the race card. There's nothing to play about that. You keep calling out white supremacy. You keep telling them, you know, hey, right now, you being a white supremacist. And don't call them a racist. Don't say racist. They cool with the word racist. Say you're being a white supremacist. That stings them just a little bit better. And it's more accurate. It's more accurate, actually, to say you're being a white supremacist right now. You're practicing anti-black racism right now. They don't like that term either. Either or is fine. Anti-black racism or white supremacist. But let them know I'm not playing with you. I don't know you. I play with people that I'm cool with, and you're not one of them. I don't play about no white supremacy or anti-black racism. I don't play with that. So don't approach me like that, because you're pissing me off. Well, why you got to be so angry? Well, you know what? Doggone right, I'm angry because I get angry when I'm around evil. I get angry when someone's trying to victimize me. Oh, well, so why y'all trying to be the victim? You doggone right. Black people are victims. We are the victims of white supremacy. And this is why, because we victimize daily, as you can see, brothers and sisters constantly being killed and victimized daily, this is why you have a case for reparations. Only a victim can get reparations. You got these silly, sellout, bootlicking, shucking and jiving Sambos running around here talking about, I'm not a victim. I'm not oppressed. And they the biggest ones that's victimized and oppressed. They have literally convinced themselves that they're not oppressed and not victimized in a system of white supremacy. That is so funny to me and so sad at the same time. But don't let them tell you that. The moment they tell you you're playing the race card, fire off immediately. Don't dismiss it. Don't say, no, that's not, I'm not trying to do that. No, that's exactly what I'm telling you. I'm calling out your racism right now. I'm calling out your white supremacy right now. It's not a game for me. You got to do that, brothers and sisters. We have to dead these terms that they're using. We can't let them just go along with these terms. This has been going on since 95. So we can't let that term been going on here almost 20 years, or more than 20 years now, with any kind of pushback. What I noticed, people that use the term, you're playing the race card, 9 times out of 10, they're an anti-black racist themselves. So, because most people that's decent, and I say people, is not going to use that terminology when clearly you're pointing out something that's happening that's, you know, anti-black racism. They're not going to tell you that. Only those who practice anti-black racism will tell you you're playing the race card because they do not want you to hold a foot to the fire. They're not used to that. See, accountability is what white supremacists are not used to. They don't want to be held accountable. This is why they feel miserable right now. Accountability for what they say, for what they do, their history, their macroaggressions, microaggressions, the system itself. They don't like that constant pressure. This is why they're losing their minds right now, especially those on right-wing media. They're really losing their minds right now because they're not used to accountability. And accountability is good. The whole world sees this. That's the beautiful thing too. It's not just black people enduring it, but the world's seeing this. This is why the Chinese said that you can't tell us nothing about human rights because you killing black people. And they said that, what, about a month ago? And they keep doing it. So how you gonna tell the Chinese anything about human rights when you violating human rights all the time? Just killed the brother, Andrew Brown Jr., shot him in the back of his head. That's execution style. That's human rights violation. If the Chinese did it, you'd be saying, oh no, look what the Chinese are doing. Look what this one's doing. Look what that one's doing. You understand what I'm saying? But when you do it, you don't want nobody to say nothing. But you're responsible. Oh, well, you guys is playing the race card. Don't allow that, brothers and sisters. Never allow them to minimize the experience of white supremacy to you. Never allow them to skate their ways out of anti-black racism. Call it out every single time. Never let up. Don't be quiet on your jobs. Don't you say, well, I don't know. No. Call that out. You have to have a policy to never allow white supremacists to be comfortable in this nation no more. They had a time of comfort, and the time is over. The time is up. All evil that's out here, especially that doctrine of demons, white supremacy, needs to be called out and be held accountable constantly, like you brothers and sisters are doing. Actually, you brothers and sisters are showing up at houses. You brothers and sisters say, come outside, we need to have a conversation. And just like right now, they're trying to hide those cops' identities, even with the Andrew Brown case right now, because they know y'all find out who they are, y'all go and see them. Y'all not blocking highways no more. Y'all go and actually see them now, where they live. Because people are tired of this. People are completely tired. But do not allow them to tell you that term playing the race card, ever. They tell you that mess in the comment section on your page, get them out of there. Block them. We not playing with that term no longer. But leave me a comment and think about, this situation here we're discussing about engaging different terminologies they're using. We're going to continue to do this because it is our job in black media to destroy the words that they're using and really know how to combat that. Now, make sure you watch the critical race theory video. We tell you exactly how to combat that as well. And those people that, like I say, you just love to show up because you just love me and can't stand me at the same time, some of the white supremacists, I know you enjoy this video as well. Thank you for watching, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out the African Diaspora News Channel app in the Google Play and Apple App Store.